Today we are going to discuss about the networking. This is basically a revision class on the networking. We have already previously discussed that what is network and the other things about the network. So basically what is network? A network is any collections of independent computers. A network is a collections of independent computers that communicate with one another over a shared network medium. Over a shared network medium. This means collections of independent computers. So when you connect to a network, maybe your friend or your other family members can connect with the same network with different PC. There are different computers are there, different PCs are there, and from the different PC you can connect with the same network. Suppose that connection, we are all know about the Wi-Fi connection network. So from the one Wi-Fi, if that Wi-Fi has that much of capability to connect one machines with other two machines, so it can be easily connected with one network, and more than one PCs or individual computers are communicate with a shared network medium. That is basically why it is called shared network medium, because the same network is shared by the different PCs and computers, by the different users. Maybe the users are known individually, maybe the users are unknown to each other. It may be happen. So basically now what is the need of networking? Next is the purpose or need of the networking. So the purpose is or need is the computer networks can be used as means of resource sharing and communications. Resource sharing and communication. Now what is resource sharing and what is communications? We come up to the next 2 points later by that. So first we come to the resource sharing. Okay, so what is resource sharing? And one more important thing about network is that computer network is provide set of devices that connected through a links. Basically this is also saying using that the computer network is a set of devices that connected through links. So a node can be computer, printer, or any other devices capable of sending or receiving the data, and the links of connecting the nodes are known as a communications channels. List of connection nodes are called communications channels. So always remember, this is one another kind of definitions. You can say that what I'm saying, that a computer network is a set of devices connected through links. A node, what is a node? A node here consider maybe a computer, maybe a printer, or any other devices capable of sending or receiving the data. The links connecting the nodes are known as communications channels. Okay, now what is the computer network needs? I have seen one is resource sharing, another one is communications. Okay, so it's basically used the distributed of processing in which task is divided among several computers. Instead, a single computer handles an entire task. Each separate computer handles a subset. Suppose if you have a very big task, suppose that task is, let us assume that n. Now, if one computer individually solve that n tasks, which is very much overhead for that particular individual computer or PCs, now that task can be shared. Suppose 5 machines. That n tasks can be shared now 5 machines in 5 computers. Machine means computer, and they are connected through a links. That is a communications channel with each one. Suppose now one part of that big task n solved by the computer number 1, a second part computer number 2. In this way 5 machines solve individually the problem, the subtasks. Then the main problem, the big problem, is easily solvable, and the most importantly, it is not overhead for a particular machines, because it can be easily divided the same task. Suppose let us assume that when you do a work in a single, that is very much difficult to complete in a particular time if the workload is very much high. Now if that load divided into 5%, and that can be easily solvable. Okay, so this is the thing. So what is resource sharing? Connecting the computers through network allows us to share hardware and software resources. Now what is hardware resources, what is software resources? Resources means what you have, what you need. Suppose when you use a particular PC or individual laptop or desktop, whatever you have, so what are the resources you need? First of all, you need a computer. Second, you have to need a power connection. If you have a desktop, then you will need a UPS. Okay, keyboard, monitor, mouse, individual, and you have a laptop. So there is a compact thing. There is a touchpad, keyboard, mouse, CPU. All are the compact format in laptop, but all are needed. So these are the resources and power, obviously, the electricity. And the other devices, hardware devices like printers, scanners. If you print something, if you scan something, so that time you have to need this kind of thing. So this is also you have to use this kind of metal. So this is the like, and CPU and memory. And now example of what is the software resources is there. The software resources include the system and application software. Now what is system software and what is application software? Always remember, the system software is your operating system. Operating system is your system software. Operating system is your system software. So system software, system, what is system software? System software is your operating system. Always remember, whatever you use the operating system, it may be Linux, it may be Unix, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 9, Windows 10, whatever you use, that is your system software. Now what is the application software? The application software that we installs different like Windows media player, VLC media player, or other kind of software that we use. Okay, Microsoft Office, and the different software. If anybody want to play the games, then the games with various type of game setup. So that's all of the application software that we apply. Okay, and like the Adobe Photoshop or photo reader, that is also. So that may include the text now, and files that may include the what the files, the text files, audio files, video files, this kind of files. Now always note that what is said, that in the network, in this figure have been shown, the computer system are connected with each other to the printer through a network. The picture is this one. This is a printer, and there are three different individual systems are there. Okay, this is a printer and three individual systems are there. So what is the actual functionalities of this? That the three individual systems connected with this printer through a network. Through a network, that is saying. This is the same. Three computer systems are connected with each other and printed through the network also. Now what is the most important point is one is that is communications. So what is communications? Connecting computers through a network facilitates the exchange of information amongst the nodes in the network. Connecting computers through a network facility exchange the information of amongst the nodes in the network. For example, suppose any of the computer systems may send data to any of three computer systems to the printer as it is connected to every node in the network. That means any computer system send the data to any three computer system to the printer as it is connected to every node to the network, because any system, computer A, computer B and computer C, any computer can send the data to the printer because they are connected with the same network, and one PC can send the data to another PC because they are also connected to each other. So that is the thing. Okay, so network differ to the basis of transmissions media are used, arrangement of the nodes in the network. Now next point is access to remote database. What is the remote database? Remote database, that means suppose you use one computer and you access some data that is not stored in the computer which is currently used by you. That is remote database. Suppose let us example as Facebook. So when you open your Facebook account, that time you put your some data, your mail ID, your phone number, your personal details, name, that's kind. So that data stored somewhere. That data stored somewhere. When you use your date of birth, like that, your hobbies, your likes, dislikes, so all are things. So some data. So that data that you provided at the time of account opening, so that data must be stored somewhere. So by the Facebook, so when your birthdays come, Facebook is automatically remind you. And even when you are send a friend request, and suppose the day of 15th of July, one friend is accept your friend request, and the 1 year after automatically one reminder have been come up that this day you will be friendship will started on Facebook. So how the data will be accessed that you stored 1 year ago by the Facebook? Because somewhere that data is stored, maybe, and the data will be accessed because you stored the data. You give your data from your computer. Suppose you live in Asansol or Raniganj and you use your own PC on your home. You open your account from the home. You give your data from the home. So now after giving the submit, that data will be stored somewhere else. Maybe in USA, maybe in Canada, maybe in Japan, maybe in Germany, whatever, out of the India or within the India. But that data will be accessed from the anywhere plus anywhere, any places of the world, just you have that internet connectivity. So when you use that, when you write down in a net URL the www dot something google.com and you search something, maybe that data is stored somewhere else, maybe in the inside the country, maybe within the India, or maybe outside the India. You can access the data. You are currently accessing, suppose informations of a doctor who live in now currently USA. You all the details in network websites. How can you access that data? That data is actually called remote data. Because remote data, that means which is not stored in your computer. The data which is stored in your computer, that is easily accessible without connecting any network. Whatever data is stored in your own computer, for accessing those data you need not to connect with a network. When you need to connect to a network, when you access the data which is not stored in your own computer or own PC, that is data is called remote data. So got it? Say for example, let's see the example, airline reservations. So when you care for the IRCTC, Indian Railway booking, airline booking, Air India booking, that data will be not stored in your machines. But when you search the Air India website, the flight schedule, when you go to the IRCTC website, the train schedule from this source to this destination, suppose from Kolkata to Asansol or Asansol to Howrah, this type of destination, automatically the list of trains on that particular date and the timings will be comes up. So according to that, you book your data, you book your train or flight, whatever. And after booking your flight, you put your own details again, your name, your age, passenger details, source destination. So all data will be stored somewhere else. According to that, your ticket will be printed, or maybe in the format of the mail or WhatsApp, whatever you get the tickets. So this is the format. So all are the accessing of the remote database. When you connect to a network, basically you have to connect with the access, basically you have to access with the remote database. Okay. Now hotels etc can be accessed to, yes, hotel booking, same, any kind of booking which is used, if you use the internet, that is the remote database actually. Now the requirements of the network. What is the requirements of network? The requirements of network, maybe the every network includes at least two computers. One is server, one is client. What is the client? Suppose you accessing your Facebook website and there is some problem in the server side, you cannot access. So servers is the main administrator of that particular site. Okay, who have working with the server machines, a server desktop, per laptop, whatever there, who are the server, they are the administrator. Basically, they are the admin. They control the whole thing. What is NIC? That is network interface card. What is NIC? NIC is a connections medium, usually a wire or cable. Although wireless communications between network computers and peripheral is also possible. That is called NIC. That is called basically network interface card. So this is the use of the network interface card. Network interface card may be wireless, maybe wire, whatever. Just like if you have the LAN connection, that is a wire connection, and wireless connections like a Bluetooth connections, Wi-Fi connections, that's the wireless. Okay, wireless connections or cable connection, both are possible in the case of NIC. Network operating system like 2000 Windows भी होता है, Windows maybe Windows is there and Unix and Linux are also there. Okay. Now network technology terminologies. What is network? This is the most important thing. This term is basically used in the case of network. What is nodes? Here the computer or the individual desktop or laptop, whatever you say, here is called workstations or nodes. Okay, always remember this is the workstations or nodes. So if you anybody asks that what is the advantages of What is the advantages of network? So you can say this one, that we can easily connect with any kind of server through, if we connect, if they're easily solvable any big task to very quickly. So this kind of thing. So first you have to do that. What is the nodes? So what is the nodes? Nodes, a computer becomes a nodes. Look, so the first line, this a computer becomes a node, also called a workstation. So your desktop and your laptop, whatever you have, that is actually considered as a node. Okay, or workstations, because from there, that is considered as a station from where you can communicate with the other. So that is a workstations. So as soon as it's attached to a network, each user on a network works on a workstations. Exactly, look at that. Why it is called workstation? This is the line, this is the meaning. As soon as it is attached to a network, each user on a network on a workstations. If there are no nodes, there would be no network, because you have to connect to the network. So you have, currently mobile is there, but before, but mobile is inventions after so many years of computer. So computer is the first. So the network concept is coming after discovering the computers. Okay, so as soon as it attached to a network, each user has network or work on a workstations. And if there is no nodes, that means no nodes means that you don't have any network or any PCs, laptop or desktop. So obviously, how, if you don't have any laptop or desktop, then how can you connect with the network? So there is obviously no network. Next is server. So what is a server? A computer that facilitates sharing of data, software and hardware resources on the network is known as a server. See that this definition very carefully. A computer that facilitates sharing of data, software and hardware resources on the network is known as the server. Okay, so a computer that facilitates sharing of data, software and hardware resources on the network is known as a server. A network can have more than one server also. Each server has a unique name by which it is defined, identified by all nodes on the network. Server can be two types. One is dedicated, another one is non-dedicated. So what is dedicated? These are the generally used on a big network installations where one computer is reserved to the server job, and it helps all nodes accessing the data, software and hardware resources. Since it does not double up as a workstation, but only manages the network, it is known as a dedicated server. Such types of network is called master slave network. Why it's called? Because when there is a lot, suppose there is a big bazaar, so you have to connect with one machines to the other. Suppose there is a 6th floor, 7th floor, so one machines are there, that is called server room. There is a one PCs or one desktop, maybe more than one is also present. From that, the all, suppose there is a 700 desktops are there on the malls. So that 700 desktop will be set up by that server desktop. That is called the master slave. Why it is called master slave? Because one is a master and other one is a slave. Because that master will control the other 700 desktop in the mall. So that is dedicated server. Because when there the network is too large, there is too heavy actually. Okay, there is a where generally used on big network installation. That is it, basically big network installation. Suppose one big college, big schools, malls, railways, stations, in this way. And what is non-dedicated? This is small. Obviously, opposite, just opposite. There is a work. That's why it is dedicated. One dedicated server is there. One dedicated particular one laptop or desktop is there for controlling the other network or workstations. In small networks, a workstations can be doubled up as a server. This server known as a non-dedicated. So the small network using such server is known as peer-to-peer network. That means peer-to-peer network means, suppose you have to work on a machine and that machine is the server of that particular systems. You have one system and that system is server also, that system is client also. Okay, so you have monitoring yourself by only that machines only. And what is the purpose of the others? On the case of dedicated, there is a different monitor, different room is there, different PCs is there who monitor the others all. That's it. Okay. Next we come down the network interface card. So what is NIU? NIC, that is network interface card, and NIU, that is network interface unit. So what is network interface unit? Network interface unit is a device that is attached to each of the workstations and server, which helps to establish the communications between the server and the workstations. So as soon as a standalone computer becomes a workstation, it needs an interface to help the establish connection with the network, because without this the workstations will not be able to share the network resources or communicate with each other. So the NIC basically acts like an interpreter and is also known as a terminal access point. So network interface card, the NIC manufacturer assign a unique physical address to each NIC card, and this physical address is known as the MAC address. First of all, what is saying? That is a network interface. That is a network interface. Int unit is a device that is attached to each network station, each network workstation between. That means this NIU is it's a device. It's a device also, okay, that is attached to each workstation. That means each PCs, each individual laptops or desktops, and also the server. So it connects with the workstation also, but that means the client machine also, and it connects with the server also, which established, what is the use of this? Actually, which is helps to establish the communications between the server and the workstations. So what is the purpose and what is the need of workstations? It actually communicate with the server. It actually the reason behind the communications of server and the workstations, or basically you have to better say server and the client. Okay, so when the standalone computer becomes a workstation, it needs an interface to help establish connection with the network. Standalone means one laptop or one desktop is there to become a workstation, so it needs an interface to establish the connections with the network, because without this the workstation will not be able to share network resources. There may be individual workstations, so maybe individual network are there, so that is not happen. Maybe it's share all the it's share with that network only. So that's why NIC is there. What is the NIC? Now NIC is like an interpreter. You all know about the interpreter and compiler, which actually convert the one thing to another. So what is the NIC? NIC is also known as a terminal access point. NIC is also accessed with a terminal access point or network interface card. Terminal access point or network interface card, that means the same thing. TAP and NIC, both are used to basically that machine which are, or laptops or desktop or workstation which are standalone, that are basically convert into a shared network from individual networks. That is the purpose. So the NIC manufacturer assign a unique physical. So each and every NIC has a unique number, unique address. That address is called MAC address. So if anybody asks you what is a MAC address, now each and every NIC network interface card has been assigned a new physical address, a unique physical address, which is not matched with the other anyone. That physical address is called MAC address. So what is MAC address? MAC address is also called physical address. And if the definition, each and every NIC has been assigned a unique physical address. That physical address is called MAC address. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you.